start with the vlog. Ew. So, game plan for today. It's pretty much an open day. The event actually starts tomorrow. Right now, I just want to get some food. I haven't ate. I got a little bit of work. I'm still waking up. Like, I'm not there. Hey, Apple event time.
You know?
What's up?
What's up? It's so good to see you.
Likewise, hey.
Hey. Here. Morning.
Morning. What's good? Bring it in. You got fit check.
We appreciate that so many of you have traveled from all over the world to be with us.
iPhone 16 Pro has a stunning.
All right. Excited about that goal. What about you?
Listen, man, the camera control.
Yay.
Ooh, I need that. I wish they brought the teal to the Pro though.
Yeah.
That's just me though.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about with the fun colors. After the event, it gets crazy. So, let me show you a preview. All right, y'all, present day tech me out here. I am waiting to board my flight. We board soon, but I said, let me take a minute to chat with y'all about my thoughts of the new devices that were announced. I don't know if I'll finish because I do board my flight soon. So we'll at least get started. We now have the iPhone 16, 16 Plus, 16 Pro, and the iPhone 16 Pro Max. But we're gonna begin with the 16s, you know, the non-Pro models. We didn't see a huge refresh in design. You know, I know that's one thing I even wanted, but we did see some new colors. The iPhone 16 now comes in ultramarine, teal, pink, white, and black. Now, I'm loving these new colors. You already know I was feeling the gold on the Pro models. The colors that we got now, they're punchy, vibrant, especially that teal pink and the aquamarine. And the white is pure white, like it's not an off-white. The displays are the same size as before, but we now have the action button on these models, so you can... Anyway. But we now have an action button on these models, and you can program that to do just about anything. We also got the new camera control on the base models, which I was surprised to see, but delighted at the same time. And that camera control, it's not a button. You don't press on it, but you do interact with it via taps and swipes. Now, it does take some getting used to, but I feel like I was catching the grasp a little bit. But it's within here that you can launch the camera app with just one press. Especially when I'm on like my lock screen and I'm trying to grab a video. It was like noticeably faster than how my action button will launch the camera. It was just instant. But I will say, I do love how interactive it is. Especially, I think about like using Blackmagic with it. That's actually what I'm filming this with on my iPhone. You really gotta dig around in that app. So to have a control like that on the side of my phone without having to dig into different settings within an app, I like that. It makes it a little bit more easy to follow and flow. A light press here opens up your controls. It's where you can easily zoom, change your photographic styles, tones, the exposure, and even the depth of field. To be able to change things like my depth of field and those other options right from one button, or I keep calling it a button, right from one control is nice. For all my photographers out there that use the bigger cameras, you know how you half press and it focuses and a full press will take the photo? It's comparable to that. But we also have new cameras and a new camera layout. So we have our 2 lenses, but with the options that they give, it's more like 4 lenses. And the quality looks good. And part of that is probably due to the new 48 megapixel fusion camera. So if you opt to print your photos and blow them up, the quality's still gonna be good. But one thing that blew my mind is this audio mix feature, y'all. Oh my God, it is good. You can literally adjust the way voices sound in your videos using 3 different options. The in-frame option removes the background noise and it sounds very clear, something that I need right here. There's also studio and cinematic as well. But I love that Apple is providing a way for people to fine-tune their skin tones, especially for darker skin tones, as cameras sometimes don't always represent our melanin well. But even though people might have the same skin tone, it doesn't mean that they're going to have the same type of style in terms of how they want to be represented in a photo. So this lets you fine-tune it and set it as a default. Battery life is better, but we got to take a deep dive in that and everything else when I have these devices in hand. But I do wonder, y'all, how much and in which ways will I use the camera control? Because I really thought I was going to use the action button a lot more, and I don't. But I did find a new way that I could use it, which I will be showing y'all, and I think that's going to encourage me to use it more. But yeah, I gotta get going, y'all, because I gotta get ready to board my flight, so we're gonna finish this up a little bit later. Insane. So now we're going to the visitor center area, and I am going to try to edit a little bit and get y'all some content. We got music playing here. That's all I hear. I don't know what you hear, but that's all I hear. So today, what I have on is this vest from Amazon, shirt from Uniqlo, and these pants. I don't remember where I got them from, so I'm gonna throw the name over here because I gotta check the label. And then for my shoes, I'm wearing some Favs. I actually, crappy way to show them, but I actually did a video on them, which I will link up here. I feature them in my monthly faves. Moving on, jewelry accessory wise, I have this necklace from Shop Gold, watch from Gucci. This is the Gucci grip, Cartier ring, and I think the other ring here from Madewell. And then, of course, my engagement ring from my fiance, and Gucci bracelet, and the Cartier love bracelet. And for the eyes, what we have are these. So these are my shades from Madewell. I recently got in also in that monthly faves video. If I don't link it here, it will be linked below, because sometimes I'm not gonna not forget. But yeah, nonetheless, let's get a movie over. Yeah, I think that's what's that? Ah, thank you.
So Final Cut Pro and then Final Cut Cam, right? Okay. And then what? The center cam. Oh, okay, yeah.
Cool.
Oh, I was gonna say I didn't. I was like, lean in. Okay, so I got Frank here.
Hello.
Hey, Kier. Hey. On our way to the first briefing of the day. So just getting started.
Did you guys hear that they put a new building on Apple Park? And it's like an observatory. It's like called the Apple Observatory.
No.
I was like, oh my god, how do I like go there?
Give me directions.
I don't even know where we're going.
That.
I've never been this way.
Me either. So we're going where you say?
I was literally just manifesting. Talking about I was like, there's this new building. I don't know if you guys heard about it.
No. All right, grabbing this Uber, y'all, and heading back to the hotel. Drop this stuff off and decompress for a little bit. But I gotta find the Uber, so let me focus. Y'all, I done messed around and went to the wrong restaurant. I sent them the location, but some time has elapsed since then. So between now and then, I've managed to get to the wrong one. I don't know how I did this. Moving too fast, y'all. But nonetheless, I'm gonna meet up with them, have dinner, and check back in later. All right, y'all, I am back home and ready to chat about these iPhone 16 Pros. For starters, the 16 Pro and the Pro Max are the exact same, in terms of the inside. And the same thing applies for the iPhone 16 and 16 Plus. But Apple has now introduced a 6.9-inch display for the Pro Max and a 6.3-inch display for the Pro. I did get a chance to hold my iPhone 15 Pro Max next to the iPhone 16 Pro Max because I was curious, how big of a difference is it in hand and visually? And visually, I will say you notice a difference because the borders are thinner, but I was glad that in hand it felt the same, it didn't feel extremely different in hand. It still felt familiar. Color-wise though, for this, we have black titanium, white titanium, natural titanium, and desert gold. I like all of the colors. I think they look great. You already know probably which one's my favorite, but I would have loved to seen some more fun colors like we see on the base models. At least one. I would take one. But outside of that, all of the iPhone 16s now have that action button and camera control, which is nice because especially camera control, it seems like a feature that would only be offered on the Pro models. So one key difference with the Pro models versus the base models is that the ultra wide lens now is able to take 48 megapixel photos. I love that lens. And I want to say it even performs better in low light. We're gonna find out either way because I'm excited to test it. It also can film in 4K 120 and it has more lenses because the Pro models have a telephoto lens. The battery life on the Pro models is better. I wanna say, I think it's 4 hours. Don't quote me on that, but I do know Apple stated it's better. But pricing wise, the 16 start at $799, the Plus starts at $899, the Pro at $1099, and the Pro Max at $1199. So pretty much pricing has stayed the same as we have known it to be. Now I feel the feedback that I have seen in the comments and stuff is mixed on what Apple has announced. You got, the people that are excited for it and those that are it's not enough for me. And to each his own, At the end of the day going. But I get both sides, There are things that I wanted to see as well. But I will say the camera features for me on the Pro models has really piqued my interest. And I will be getting these to unbox. So make sure you are subscribed if you want to know my thoughts. But all in all, I do like the phone options. But in addition to iPhone announcements, there were also announcements around new AirPods, which I'm glad to see that they added noise cancellation to AirPods. And the head nod feature, I was honestly nervous about that until I had a chance to test it briefly. It actually performed well. But the AirPod Maxes, they kept the same design, have new colors and a USB-C port. And that Apple Watch Series 10. I love the look and the fact that it's now noticeably thinner and has a speaker built into it so you can play sound through it. There's other new features as well, but those are the two that appeal to me. But y'all, I feel this video is probably already long enough, late enough. So thank you for your patience on it. Thank you for watching it. And as always, thanks for taking the time out to let me tech you out. Got some other content too.